Welcome to the class. Today let us see efficiency and critical pressure of the nozzle and diffuser. Now let us see, for flow in nozzle, when we apply first law, we know that change in enthalpy equals to change in kinetic energy. Here C is the velocity. This equation we already derived in the previous class, and also we derived momentum equation, that is CdC equals to minus VdP minus Wf. Here V is the specific volume, Wf is the frictional losses. Okay. Now when compare the two equations, we can write it as dH equals to minus VdP minus dWf. Now if you remove the minus sign, we can write it as dH equals to VdP plus dWf. Now as we know that H equals to U plus PV, or dH equals to du plus pdv plus vdp. Okay. Now when you compare this equation and this equation, you can write it as, here dH get cancelled, VdP get cancelled, so we can write it as, from these two equations, du plus pdv equals to dWf. Okay. So here this du plus pdv is the heat transfer due to the friction. Okay. Now as you can see on HS diagram, so here this is the constant pressure line at the inlet of the nozzle. This is the constant pressure line P2 at the exit of the nozzle. Okay. As we know that isentropic expansion in the nozzle from 1 to 2. 1 is the at inlet of the nozzle, 2 at the exit of the nozzle. If there is a friction inside the nozzle, it is not a vertical line, it will be some inclined line, that is 1 to 2 dash. Okay. Now as you can see here, there is a difference in enthalpy here. This enthalpy is the frictional loss, and also due to the friction there is an increase in the entropy. So this is the integral dWf divided by T. Okay. Now we also can say that here difference in enthalpy is less in case of 1 to 2 dash, so that in the nozzle the velocity of the fluid will decrease if there is a friction. Now efficiency of the nozzle. Efficiency of the nozzle is going to be, as you can see in HS diagram, H1 minus H2 dash divided by H1 minus H2. So this is the efficiency of the nozzle, that is H1 minus H2 dash divided by H1 minus H2. As we know that when we apply first law, change in enthalpy equals to change in kinetic energy. So we can write it as, here C is the velocity, C2 dash square minus C1 square divided by C2 square minus C1 square. And also we know that if you take the nozzle, at the exit of the nozzle the velocity will be very high when compared to at the inlet of the nozzle. So generally we neglect the velocity at inlet. The C1 term is negligible. So we can write it as C2 dash square divided by C2 square, that is velocity coefficient K. This is if water or liquid flowing inside the nozzle. Suppose in case gas or air flowing inside the nozzle, in that case the efficiency of the nozzle, it would be a, because change in enthalpy equals to Cp into delta T. So we can write it as Cp T1 minus T2 dash divided by Cp into T1 minus T2. Okay, here Cp gets cancelled, so we can write it as T1 minus T2 dash divided by T1 minus T2. So this is the efficiency of the nozzle if the gas or air flowing inside the nozzle. If any passes, the coefficient of discharge is actual flow divided by ideal flow. Now let us see efficiency of the diffuser. As we know that the function of diffuser is, it will convert the kinetic energy into pressure energy. It is just reverse of the nozzle. So we can write it as you can see on HS diagram. So 1 to 2 is the process in the diffuser. Kinetic energy is converting into potential energy. If there is a friction, the line it would be 1 to 2 dash. The same way as we write in the nozzle, here also we can write efficiency for the diffuser is H2 minus H1 divided by H2 dash divided by H1. So efficiency of the diffuser is H2 minus H1 divided by H2 dash minus H1. It is just reverse of the nozzle. Now let us find mass of discharge through the nozzle, which means mass flow rate of the fluid in the nozzle, that we are going to find out here. As we know that CDC equals to minus VDP. This equation we already derived in one of our previous class. Here CDC is the change in kinetic energy. C is the velocity, so we can write it as C2 square minus C1 square divided by 2, that is change in kinetic energy, equals to minus integral VdP. As we know that generally we neglect the velocity at inlet of the nozzle C1, because velocity at inlet of the nozzle is very small when compared to velocity at the exit of the nozzle. So generally we neglect the term C1. So this we can write it as C2 square divided by 2 equals to integral P2 to P1, change in pressure into VdP. As we know that in polytropic process, PV power n equals to constant. This we can write it as V equals to C power 1 by n, P power minus 1 by n. Now, when you substitute this V in this equation, we can write it as C2 square divided by 2 equals to integral P2 to P1. Here in place of V we have written C power 1 by n into P power minus 1 by n dt. Okay. Now, so when we do integration here, and also we can write it as this equation, C power 1 by n equals to P power 1 by n into V. Again, I am repeating this equation. We can write it as C power 1 by n equals to P power 1 by n into V. So this C power 1 by n will substitute here. Then we can write it as here in denominator 1 minus 1 by 1 is n minus 1 by n. So n will go to the numerator. In denominator n minus 1 will be there. So C2 square equals to this 2 will go this side. 2 into n divided by n minus 1 into here in place of C power 1 by 1 we have written P power 1 by n into V. So after integration we can write it as P1 power 1 by n V1 P1 power 1 minus 1 by 1 minus P2 power 1 by n V2 P2 1 minus 1 by n. Okay, here P power 1 by n and P1 power 1 by 1 get cancelled. So the remaining is P1 V1, and also here P2 power 1 by n, P2 power 1 by 1 gets cancelled. So the remaining is P2 V2. So this is the P2 V2. Okay. Now C2 equals to square root of 2n by n minus 1 P1 V1 minus P2 V2. So this we can write it as C2 equals to 2n by n minus 1. If you take the P1 V1 common, inside it would be a 1 minus P2 by P1 into V2 by V1. Okay. This we will see the continuation in the next slide. Now continuation from the previous slide. C2 equals to square root of 2n by n minus 1 P1 V1 minus P2 by P1 V2 by V1. This is the continuation from the previous slide. Now we know that V2 by V1 equals to P1 by P2 whole power 1 by n. If you do reverse, we can write it as P2 by P1 whole power minus 1 by n. Okay. This term now we will substitute in this equation. After substitution, the equation it would be a C2 equals to square root of 2n by n minus 1 P1 V1 1 minus here already P2 by P1 is there. In place of V2 by V1 we are writing P2 by P1 whole power minus 1 by n. So this total it would be a this one P2 by P1 whole power 1 minus 1 by n, because here 1 if the terms are same 1 minus 1 by n. Okay. Now again this term, this equation we can write it as V2 equals to V1 into P2 by P1 whole power minus 1 by n. Okay. Now again I am going to substitute this one in the above equation, but our aim is we have to find the mass flow rate. mass flow rate of the fluid is m equals to C2 A2 divided by V2. Okay, in this equation C2 we take from this equation, and the remaining term A2 and V2, denominator V2 is there, that V2 is the this equation. Okay, now I am going to write mass flow rate m equals to C2 A2 divided by V2 equals to A2 into, in place of C2 we have to write this equation. Okay, 2n by n minus 1, and also in the denominator V2 is there, but V2 is V1 into P2 by P1 whole power minus 1 by 1. Okay, if we send this total term inside the root, the final equation it would be this one. Okay, that is 2n by n minus 1 P1 by V1 P2 by P1 whole power 2 by n minus P2 by P1 2 by n plus 1 minus 1 by n. Okay, practice this equation in our home so that it will be easy for you. Now finally the mass flow rate is m equals to A2 into 2n by n minus 1 P1 by V1 P2 by P1 2 by n minus P2 by P1 n plus 1 by n. Okay, after simplifying the above equation. So from this equation we can find the mass flow rate of the fluid inside the nozzle. Now, as we derived in the previous slide, mass flow rate equals to A2 into square root of 2n by n minus 1 P1 by V1 P2 by P1 whole power 2 by n minus P2 by P1 whole power n plus 1 by n. So this is the equation for mass flow rate of the fluid inside the nozzle. But we want to know maximum mass flow rate inside the nozzle, so that the velocity will be more inside the nozzle. So here in this equation P1 V1, P1 is the pressure at inlet, V1 is the specific volume at inlet of the nozzle. So these are constant. At inlet pressure, specific volumes are constant, and also n value constant. So the remaining term is, from this equation we can find the maximum pressure ratio. So P2 by P1 is the pressure ratio. Okay, what would be the pressure ratio for maximum flow rate inside the nozzle? That we are going to find out. So we can write it as if we take this term as y equals to P2 by P1 whole power 2 by n minus P2 by P1 n plus 1 by n. Okay. Now y equals to, for simplification, P2 by P1 we just written it as a r. Okay, r power 2 by n. Here P2 by P1 we have taken it as a r for simplification. Here minus r power n plus 1 by n, because P2 by P1 is the r. Okay. Now when we do differentiation, y dash equals to two n by r power 2 by n minus 1 minus n plus 1 by n r power n plus 1 by n minus 1 equals to 0 when we do differentiation above equation. Now, since it is equal to 0, we can write it as 2 by n or 2 by n minus 1 equals to, this term will go right side. So n plus 1 by n into, here n gets cancelled, so r power 1 by n. Again, this we can write it as, in this equation, r power 1 by n minus 1, because if you send 2 by n this side, okay, it would be a n by 2. So here n plus 1 by 2 is there, and n get cancelled. Okay, and if you send this term in the left side, when it comes this side, it would be minus 1 by n. So r power 2 by n minus 1 by 1 is the r power 1 by n. The remaining is minus 1. So r power 1 by n minus 1 equals to n plus 1 by 2, because the 2, it came this side. Now again, this we can write it as r power 1 minus 1 by n. If we do this one, this term will be reversed, 2 by n plus 1. Okay. Now, what is the r? R is P2 by P1. So P2 by P1 equals to 2 by n plus 1, n by n minus 1. So this is the equation the maximum pressure in order to have a maximum flow through the nozzle. Okay, again I am repeating, this is the equation for pressure ratio in order to have maximum flow through the nozzle. Okay, now we can write, as you can see in this graph, m dot on y-axis, P2 by P1 on x-axis. Okay, when the ratio P2 by P1 increases, the mass per rate also increases up to certain level. After that, it would be a constant. Okay, this point is known as critical pressure ratio. Now let us see pressure ratio for saturated steam, superheated steam and air. Okay, as we know that pressure ratio P2 by P1 equals to 2 by n plus 1 whole power n by n minus 1. Okay, from this equation we can find the pressure ratio for saturated steam. Okay, if the steam is saturated steam inside the nozzle, the n value is 1.135. Okay, if you substitute this value in the above equation, the pressure ratio P2 by P1 equals to 0.5774. So this is the pressure ratio for saturated steam. If it is superheated steam, the n value is 1.3. If you substitute this n value in this equation, the pressure ratio P2 by P1 equals to 0.5457. So this is the value for superheated steam, pressure ratio of the superheated steam. Suppose if air is flowing inside the nozzle, if it is in case of air, n value is 1.4. Okay, again if you substitute this n value in this equation, P2 by P1 equals to 0.5. Okay, Now this is the way we can find the pressure ratios for saturated steam, superheated steam and air from this equation. So far we have discussed mass flow rate, we derived equation for mass flow rate and the pressure ratio P2 by P1 and also pressure ratios for saturated steam, superheated steam and air, and also we have discussed critical pressure ratio. Okay, now let us see sonic velocity of the fluid in the convergent nozzle. Okay, now the derivation is C2 equals to square root of 2n by n minus 1 into P1 V1 minus P2 V2. This we already derived. So this we can simplify as C2 equals to square root of 2n by n minus 1 P2 V2. If you take the P2 V2 common from this equation, the inside is P1 by P2 into V1 by V2 minus 1. Okay, as we know that V1 by V2 equals to P2 by P1 whole power 1 by n. Now if you substitute this term in the above equation, the equation is C2 equals to square root of 2n by n minus 1 P2 V2 into P2 by P1 whole power 1 by n minus 1 minus 1. So this is the equation after substituting this term in the above equation. Okay, now again the pressure ratio, we know that P2 by P1 equals to 2 by n plus 1 whole power n by n minus 1. This also we just derived. So if you substitute this term in this equation here in place of P2 by P1, that is C2 equals to 2 into n by n minus 1 P2 V2 into 2 by n plus 1 whole power n by n minus 1 into 1 minus n by n minus 1. Okay, this is the equation after substituting the pressure ratio in terms of in the place of P2 by P1. Okay, now after simplification C2 equals to square root of 2n by n minus 1 P2 V2. Here this we can write it as n plus 1. Okay, n plus 1 by 2 minus 1. Again C2 equals to square root of 2 into n by n minus 1 P2 V2. So if we simplify this term, it is n minus 1 by 2. So finally C2 equals to square root of n into P2 V2. This is the sonic velocity. Generally we write it as A. So C2 equals to A. Okay, so this is the sonic velocity in the convergent type. Okay, here as you can see, the nozzle in the convergent, the area is keep on decreasing. So why it is keep on decreasing, that we will discuss in the next slide. Okay, there is a reason why it is the cross section area in the convergent nozzle decreasing and why it is sonic velocity. Those things we will discuss in the next class. Okay, now from this slide we understand that C2 equals to A, that is sonic velocity in the convergent nozzle. Okay. I request to everyone, please note down all the derivations in your notebook, because the nozzles chapter, throughout the nozzle chapters we have only derivations. So there are so many derivations are there. You have to practice in our home. Please note down in our notes and practice. It is simple maths. Some partial derivations, simple maths you can practice in our home by replaying the video. Okay. With this I stop here. Thank you.